president taking advantage of an opportunity to name an ally to a Washington, D.C. court oversight body with the power to remove judges from the district's judiciary system. Judicial Watch President Tom Fitton is that appointee to the D.C. Commission on Judicial Disabilities and Tenure. Joins us now live. Tom, good to have you.
Hey, Jen.
Okay, you got a lot of critics out there, and they're not happy about this. Politico says this: Fitton has made a name for himself peddling misinformation on a number of current topics, including the scientific consensus on climate change. He has also called for the end of coronavirus safety precautions such as mask wearing and working from home. They're not fans of this move or of you. How do you respond?
I've been head of Judicial Watch for many, many years now. Have unique experience I can bring to the commission, and a smear from Politico obviously isn't going to persuade the president that I'm not the right person for this position. It's a commission that makes sure that judges are acting ethically, that handles ethics complaints, makes recommendations about whether judges continue after their initial tenure is over. I'll be one of 7 commission members and the only presidential appointee on the commission. So I'm looking forward to it, and I support the rule of law. I think it's important that the district residents and the country generally have confidence in the judiciary system. So this is an important opportunity to take what I've found at Judicial Watch and learned at Judicial Watch and apply it on the inside in terms of helping district residents be assured that the judiciary is being run ethically.
Yeah, and you note it's important that all citizens need to feel like the judiciary is ethical. It is operating above board in a nonpartisan way. So that brings me to this question that former Vice President Joe Biden keeps getting asked and not answering about whether he would support packing the Supreme Court, adding extra seats to try to tip the court in one direction or another. Here is what he said today.
They'll know my opinion of court packing when the election is over. Now look, I know it's a great question, and I don't blame you for asking it. But the moment I answer that question, the headline in every one of your papers will be about that.
So he says, you'll know my opinion on court packing when the election is over. He also says it's just going to make headlines if I answer the question, but I thought that was the purpose of vetting someone before they become president.
I mean, he's being essentially asked, Shannon, you're right, he's being essentially asked, do you agree that the Constitution needs to be shredded? Obviously, his answer should be no. And the fact that he refuses to say no in the face of this attack on our Constitution, our Republican form of government, and the check the founders put in place to protect all our rights from the predations of the other branches, both the executive and the legislative branch, the checks and balances. I tell you, if the left has its way, our Constitution will be ripped apart, our Republican form of government will be ripped apart, and the Supreme Court will look like the House of Representatives in terms of numbers, because they'll put new members on to balance out the members that President Trump were able to put on. And so what will happen next when Republicans take over? They'll put new members on to balance it off. In the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, they have, I think, 50 judges on the Ninth Circuit. Is that what we want for the Supreme Court? I tell you, that would be a third world judicial system, and as a political, as a congressional committee, or frankly the Democratic National Committee, this is something. Joe Biden needs to be brave here and just say no to court packing.
Well, as you mentioned, the one-upsmanship of a different party taking over and then adding their judges, that's the exact example that Joe Biden used during the primary debates to say why this wasn't a good idea. And whether you're on the left or the right, I think as a voter you deserve an answer and want to know what you potentially could be getting with a candidate. Tom Fitton, thanks for being on.
You're welcome.